Hi Cancerians, welcome to your weekly check-in for the 10th to the 16th of December. These messages are for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. Thank you very much to everyone who likes, shares, comments on the video, subscribes to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. If you'd like to book a personal reading, please see the info in the description box on how to do that. So these are the decks, the oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. This Power of Surrender one, it felt like a really weird choice for me to put with the shapeshifters, but as I was looking through the decks of what I wanted to use for the like the final message at the end, that just kept calling to me. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So we're going to start off with a message from the shapeshifters first of all. And I'm just laughing because half the time I can't get my words out properly and it comes out as something different from shifters, if you can imagine what I'm thinking. Right, anyway, let's get that as your main theme first of all. So what's the main theme for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising for the 10th to the 16th of December, please? I knew you were going to get two. These messages are really long, so... Right, first of all, you've got a loyal guardian, a magical protector is there for you. I really love that card. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of Rottweilers, but yeah, I do like this card. So you also, wow, that's really interesting. Wolf Moon, I will watch. Wow, okay, Cancer, look at that. Two cards with canines. I mean, I guess a wolf is kind of a canine. It is, I believe it's part of the dog family. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you've got, okay. I wonder if anybody has ancestors, or if you believe in ancestors, spiritual guides, guardians, that sort of thing. If you've got that kind of energy around you at this point in time with those cards, because that is very, very similar energy. I will watch over you and a magical protector is there for you. And I'm thinking of the, you know, in Chinese, the Chinese zodiac, the dog energy, I think it's very similar to Libra. Can be very similar to Libra energy, can't it? So that's coming to mind as well. I don't know why, but yeah, the dog in Chinese astrology. Somebody, you might want to look that up. Actually, that might be relevant for someone. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's someone around you. Maybe that's someone who's passed away, who's watching over you. But yeah, so I am going to read both of these messages, not the entirety of them, but it's kind of like in three parts. I wasn't going to read both of them, to be honest. I was only going to read one, but because of what's come out here, that's fascinating. Whoever you felt was your protector, if there's someone who's passed away and you feel that they may be watching over you, whoever you felt was your protector, yeah, that person could be around you. And I can think of one person in my life, a specific Cancer in my life I'm very close to. Oh wow, okay, yeah, and I'm just realizing now the person that was their protector in life when they were alive was actually a Libran, and that person has passed away. So yeah, that's quite interesting that that's come up. And the person did have like the qualities of being loyal, protective. Yeah. Okay. Let's start. So first of all, we'll do a loyal guardian first of all. So as I say, the book does the messages in kind of like three parts. So I'm just going to read two out of the three parts. Yes, it is going to be a bit long, but I feel like it's really really relevant at this point. So it says, okay. It says, a loyal guardian speaks. So this is this one first. You have been bullied, and at this time you are more vulnerable than ever before. You are like a young child, a baby, and you are fragile. I say this not to alarm you or to instill in you a belief in weakness, for you will grow strong in time. But for now, I will protect you and allow you to be yourself, your true self, without fear. Think of yourself as a newborn. Babies are at their most vulnerable after transitioning from the sea of the womb to the world of breath and air. You are making a huge change, and this makes you vulnerable. When you are rebirthing, changing your life, you need mentors and strong, calm guardians to assist you in moving into a world that seems full of danger. With my steadfast, calm confidence, you will be safe. You can face the changes and the threats without becoming overwhelmed or rushing back to a familiar, less sensitive state because it seems safe. You need guidance, protection, and companionship from those whose senses are refined, honed, and blade sharp, and who are fearless in their use. At this time, you must have protection, a guide to show you the way, a powerful being to watch over you, to look out for you while you reform and regroup. Your guide is the equivalent of a watchtower staffed by a vigilant warrior, assuring you that you can do what must be done in safety and peace, and that you will be well informed of possible changes, dangers, or threats coming toward you. As this protector, I will growl fiercely at anyone who might harm you, and I know that as you grow, you will teach the young ones the truth, that magical protection is sometimes necessary and always available. The divination message says, you will have with you energetically at this time a very protective guardian. There may be some new people or situations in your life that will make you feel threatened, uncertain, and uncomfortable. This wariness has been noted, and this shapeshifter in the form of a large, devoted, and very powerful companion will be at your side, sniffing out danger, sounding an alarm at any threat, even readying to fight for you, should it come to that. If there has been bullying or behaviour that has intimidated you, you have someone on your side who will not let you down and who will not let you face this alone. That's interesting. So where it says you have been bullied, it may not even be right. So for some of you, it could be in the present now. For some of you, it could be something that's coming up. I mean, we've got Christmas holidays. People tend to mix with family more during Christmas, and we know that not everybody has a happy family, so shit can go down, can't it? So it could be that. It could also be referring to the past situations. You might be now coming back into contact with the same person who you've had issues with in the past, who was a bully to you, or a new person, and it reminds you of an old situation. Let's look at the Wolf Moon card as well. So again, I'm going to read the 2 out of the 3 parts of the message that feel most relevant. So Wolf Moon speaks. It says, a clan brother or sister is watching over you while you change. So rest easy knowing how fiercely loved and loyally protected you are. While you change, you will be held and watched over by a guardian who will not let you down. You are in the moment of transformation. Your fears that others will not understand who you really are when you show yourself and that you will be left vulnerable are unfounded. Your greatest fear is that you may hurt others while you are changing so deeply. The next time the moon is within 3 days of being full, either side, call on me to come to you, call on your kin to come to you with energy and confidence. Know you can find your people and parts of yourself that have been near invisible, seemingly extinct. I will help you traverse the unseen, mysterious world, help you make sense of sensations you are having, and clarify psychic messages that you may be flooded with. I will help you see through a dreamscape into clarity, keep danger at bay, and help you to change without causing harm to yourself or others. The divination message says you may feel drawn to creating a symbol, getting a tattoo, experimenting with kohl, so like kohl eyeliner, or having a symbol worked into a talisman or protective piece of jewellery that will help you and protect and support you. You have the guardianship of the wolf for now. It is safe to rest for a time. Your time to shelter your guardian family will come. The coming full moon is significant for you. You are changing and your true family will support you through this shift. This is a time for courage. When you approach this change with a brave heart, all will be well. So the next full moon is probably closer to the end of the month, isn't it? I don't know the exact date at this time. I haven't checked, but they are usually, I'm guessing it would be closer to the end of the month. Hopefully I'm not wrong in saying that. That's really interesting. So the connection there. So you've got the whole thing about being vulnerable, being the information about being bullied, and then this one here, the wolf moon, is about change. So that could be the connection there, is that maybe you were previously very vulnerable, whether it is overall or in a specific situation, and it may be that you're changing now from that person into a different kind of person. Maybe you're becoming more assertive. Maybe, as it mentioned in the message, you're showing parts of yourself that people haven't already seen. But yeah, that energy, that protector energy, that's really fascinating. So let's get your tarot cards out. And I am going to be reading slightly differently from how I usually do. So we are going to get a card, first of all, for to go with the main theme or focal point for you, first of all, for the weekly check-in. So from the tarot, what else do you need to know? No, not on fire. This really helps since I got this right. And we have the moon first of all. And what do we have? This is really creepy now, to be honest. What do you have on the moon? I mean, it's a Cancerian and a Piscean card, first of all. You have a dog and you have a wolf. That's, yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. You've got the moon there as well. But yeah, you literally have a dog and a wolf. And you've got the brown tones in this particular dog. I'm not sure. I'll have to look in the other deck to see what colour the dogs and the wolf are. And then that wolf has got these colours as well. And it's in reverse. So, I mean, that thing about what's hidden, you might be showing a side of yourself that was hidden. That could be what that is there. Let me just have a quick look in this deck, see if I can see the moon card in this other deck here. Yep, it's here. See the colours? The colours are completely different here. You've got a white dog and a grey, and it's like a, I don't know if it's a, I don't know dog breeds, I'm afraid. Maybe a Labrador or something. And a grey wolf. But this card, the colours match, a more of a closer match to that. So that's crazy. But anyway, if that is particularly significant for someone, please share in the comment section. If you feel like you've got a spiritual guardian angel, whatever it is, it could even literally be a guardian angel who's a dog, I don't know. But feel free to share that because I am intrigued by the way this reading is coming out. So let's look at, so this is where I'm going to change up a bit. I'm going to look at past energy, present and future. I know usually I'll do your energy, external and guidance, but I just wanted to see how it feels, if it feels any different, if it feels more open. I just wanted to see if it felt, I don't know, better or something. So past energy first of all. You have the, I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if the Five of Swords came out. And to be honest, with the Three of Cups being there, it could have been, might as well have been the Five of Swords. Because for me, the Three of Cups in reverse, it can be where the support has gone. So people that you felt were supportive in your life previously, gone. Whether it means that you've had a disagreement, an argument, you've had a temporary separation. This would usually be friends or just generally people who you expect or you thought were supportive of you. And then, as I keep on saying with this Five of Cups, this is on the bottom of the deck, I often keep seeing that Three of Cups as the literal Three of Cups card, where the cups have spilt out, where the support, love, whatever it was you had there, community, it's spilt out, and that's literally in reverse. But then with the Two of Cups there, there's usually still an opportunity to connect with people. You've got the Eight of Cups there, walking away. That's where you leave something behind, isn't it? That you loved or you love, but you know that it's not fulfilling anymore, or it's not serving you anymore, or it's not beneficial for you in some way, shape or form. So again, if there were people involved, Five of Wands, there could have been conflict. You may have needed to walk away. They may have walked away. Nine of Wands, Swords, sorry, you've got some degree of stress there. Right, okay, let's look at present current energy for you. Ace of Pentacles, so it's an opportunity, a new opportunity, and we'll need to clarify to see what that's about. Potential future energy. Excuse me. So I will, yeah, so the Chariot kind of wanted to come out, but I'm not going to take that. You've got the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Cups, which I often speak of as being shared happiness now. What I'm getting for this, before I clarify, is, so if this Moon card is about sharing parts of yourself or uncovering or discovering parts of yourself that were hidden or that you haven't expressed, it looks like there may be an opportunity in the present. It's an opportunity in the present to do that, first of all, to reveal the hidden parts of yourself or discover the hidden parts of yourself. And future-wise, it looks like going into the future, you then express that. You express yourself more. You express yourself more clearly, more openly, more authentically. And I suppose in doing that, it's like when you share a more authentic version of yourself, in theory, you should attract more authentic people, or it just gives people an opportunity to share, to be a part of your happiness more, and for you to share more in their happiness. Because I often talk about the Ten of Cups being about shared happiness. It's just that more authentic genuineness. It just opens everything up more, doesn't it? And again, as I said, it wouldn't surprise me if in the past there's been a lack of support there. Maybe people didn't understand you. Maybe they didn't accept who you are. Could even be vice versa as well. But that's kind of like the disconnect isn't it? So let's clarify and see what comes out here. So first of all, that moon in reverse, I'm still like in awe of the dog situation over here, the dog and the wolf situation. Yeah. So let's see. So first of all, for the moon card, you may have even changed or have been in a big process of change, and this may now be an opportunity where you come across a person from the past or a person who reminds you of someone in the past where certain situations or a particular situation, the way you would have dealt with it as the person you were before, you sure as hell ain't going to be dealing with it as the person you are now. That is something that comes to mind. So let's look at the moon in reverse first of all. So we've got I mean, that's where things become clearer, isn't it? Or revealed with the Ace of Swords clarifying the moon. Anything else? If I can get the cards to come out. So this Hermit, that's where you would have, it's an opportunity to do some soul searching, or you have been on a journey, because the Hermit looks like, as I've said before, it looks like he's been on a journey for like 100 years or so. So let's see what else there is. Five of Pentacles. It feels like where you bring yourself out of the cold. And isn't it strange? Right, so obviously we've got snow here in this one. There's snow, it looks like snow in the Hermit card as well. And as I say, it's like you're almost bringing yourself out of the cold, like with other people. Say if you've ever felt like you've had to hide parts of yourself or dim your light or kind of shut yourself down in situations with people where they've been overbearing or something to that effect. It's like this is an opportunity here. It's a time now where you can bring yourself out of the cold and kind of take your power back where you may have felt downtrodden. I have been getting this thing about this Hermit card as like a kind of like a spiritual guide as well. So yeah, it can be I believe it can be like a paternal spiritual guide type person as well in your life, however that resonates. I mean, as I said, with these energies here from the oracle cards, it looks like there can be a protective spiritual energy. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Hermit is part of that. It's not to say that you haven't done soul searching, but that protective energy could have been around you, supporting you to do this as well. So it could potentially be someone's like a father energy. Anything else? Right, so we've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. And the thought I'm getting with this Ten of Swords now, so I talked about with that Five of Pentacles, it's bringing yourself out of the cold. This is a strange meaning for this for me, but for the Ten of Swords here, with it being in reverse, it's almost like where you felt that people have stabbed you in the back, potentially it's pulling the swords out of your back or the knives out of your back and getting up and, you know, carrying on basically. And you've got Three of Swords on the bottom as well, haven't you? Right, let's see what comes out after that Ten of Swords. No, that's too many. Try that again. I mean, you have got Ten of Wands. Wow. Okay, actually, I'm going to keep them. It's relevant. You've got the Ten of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Four of Swords. This is where you've kind of fought for yourself. And it may not have been literal, like you've had to have literal argument. I mean, it could involve discussions or debates or whatever, or disagreements with others. But it's just sort of standing up for yourself. Again, it's where you bring yourself out of the cold, you take the knives or swords out of your back, you let go of the burdens of the past, whatever form that takes, whether it's letting go of other people's opinions of you, letting go of resentments where people have mistreated you, and it's standing up for yourself. But it doesn't even have to be, as I say, involving other people, like having literal fights with them. And then you've got that Four of Swords at the end where it's kind of like healing, isn't it? So it's kind of healing all of that. You would have had to face all of this as well. So, you know, like we talk about facing the shadows, you would have had to face, or have to, because this is the theme at this point. It may be just that this is what you need to do, whether you are in the process or not. Facing the shadows to be able to do this. So I'm going to put these back because I think that's enough, to be honest. That's really interesting. So we're going to look at that past energy. That's that Three of Cups in reverse. So what do we need to know about that, please? So yeah, overall energy, it's exploring your hidden depths and being willing and ready to sort of be the real you and not have to hide in the shadows, bringing yourself out of the cold, etc. That sort of energy. So Three of Cups. So Six of Pentacles, we talk about it being give and take in relationships. And clearly if you've got a Three of Cups in reverse, and it's clarified by that, that would be one issue where you don't get equal give and take in whatever form that is. Whether it means that emotionally you don't get equal give and take with a person, or whether it's in terms of respect. And respect is coming up strongly here, whether you haven't got the respect that you deserve. Sometimes it can be physical effort, can be a number of things. So anything else for that Three of Cups in reverse, please? Eight of Swords. This is where you have to keep your thoughts. Like you can't speak your mind. That's where you can't speak your mind. And I know in the December reading, so those are up, the monthlies are up, by the way, for December. One thing I said was that I've had a hunch weeks prior to coming into December and Sagittarius season, that going into December, people might be speaking their minds more, and they might say things that cause a shake-ups that could be seen as controversial. So if you felt restricted mentally or in terms of communication before with certain people or situations, that may change, because you've had the Ace of Swords come up twice now, and that can be a card of communication as well. And that would be very clear, straight to the point communication too. So yeah, Eight of Swords for me, it may be where it's like, you know, when you speak with someone, whether it's just a general conversation or even a discussion, like an intense discussion, it's like you can't get a word in edgeways because they're just taking up all the space, aren't they? Anything else? So you've got the Nine of Cups, Four of Wands, right, okay, that's interesting. I'm getting a funny energy from this. So we've got the Queen of Cups there. So I'm getting a really funny energy from the Nine of Cups and the Four of Wands. So Nine of Cups, Four of Wands, for me here, it feels like having a good time, to be frank. I mean, Nine of Cups is satisfaction. Four of Wands can be celebratory occasions as well. So together it feels like having a good time. So you know where you have, like, if you had friends or family members where you can like get together with them, have a good time, have a bit of a laugh, have a drink, you know, have fun, but there's always this underlying maybe lack of respect, possibly, or lack of something, or just it's like it's all fun and games when you're like having a drink and having a laugh together and that, but then anything outside of that, like if you get into any serious conversations, conflict with that Five of Swords. We've got the Queen of Cups here, and she's Piscean actually, isn't she? But Cups can be Cancer, Pisces. It's a sensitive energy, isn't it? So you may be quite well, I mean, I would say if you're a water sign or you've got that water energy, it's known to be sensitive energy anyway, and that's not a criticism by any means. I think I mentioned it in the last video, Aries, that I've already done. I did a video called Embracing Sensitivity, because I know quite a few sensitive people, amazing people. But yeah, this can be where you're a sensitive person, and then the Five of Swords, I mean, that's insensitivity, isn't it? I mean, it's insensitivity in general, and then that with a sensitive person, that's like a disaster waiting to happen. But yeah, that's the energy I got from that. It's like where you can have fun. It's like, even, you know, if you have friends, like where, and this can be where they manipulate you as well. Like, say if you're always the designated driver and they only want to know you when they can hang out with you and have a good time, but anything else they don't give a shit. Like if you phoned them up, and said, oh, do you want to go to this party? Yep, 100%, everybody's in, everybody goes to the party. But then you phoned them up saying, oh my God, I'm so stressed, and they're busy, they can't talk to you. It's that kind of energy, isn't it? So do I want to look at anything else here? Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at the Queen of Cups out of curiosity and that Five of Swords. That's too much. Try again. I was actually going to powder this deck before I did the reading, but I shuffled it a bit and it felt all right, but I might have to. So Queen of Cups, please. Three of Cups, okay. Yeah, it's insecure, isn't it? It's the energy. It's kind of like, because the Three of Cups can be celebratory as well. So it's like on the surface, it looks like the support is there and things are all good. But then long term, it's just, it's unstable. It's insecure. One more for that Queen of Cups. And you would have been aware of that. I feel as well, like even if you've put up with this situation for a very long time, you would have been aware that it wasn't quite as it should be. But for whatever reason, I mean, Ten of Pentacles can be a card relating to legacy, family, that sort of energy. If it's family, you put up with it because it's family. I mean, it's not good for you, but it's understandable why you would end up in that situation. King of Swords is there. That can be that insensitive kind of energy as well, where, you know, like if you get into a discussion with somebody, like I'd say if you're discussing a family issue, and rather than having compassion for you and trying to understand you, you might offer that to them. They might not offer it to you. They might be just, all they care about is that they're right, their truth. They don't give a shit about your truth. It's just their truth and what they're saying is right. Let's look at that Five of Swords. And again, as I say, this may be, in terms of Queen of Cups, it might be that you were very aware of this. Okay. So Five of Swords. More conflict. I don't know why I'm thinking with the Five of Swords and Five of Wands, it's intentional. So, you know, like you can get into disagreements with people, but it's not that anybody's got any malicious intent. It just happens. Those two together are making me feel like this person or people, or at least one of the people involved, there's an intention there to cause disruption. I'm not sure why they would do that. Maybe they are genuinely a malicious person. Maybe they've got their own issues and certain things trigger them and then they act up. Who knows? Either way, it's not fair to you, is it? But yeah, it feels like there's an intention there to do that. Let's get one more for that Five of Swords. Some people thrive off drama as well, don't they? So it's like it doesn't matter what the drama's about. They just like the drama. They'll find any way to create drama. Or they can be highly defensive as well. Like one of the things that can happen to people is if they've grown up in an environment where they're constantly defensive or attacked, they project that out onto everybody else. So you've got the Queen of Swords there and the High Priestess. Again, it feels to me like these feel like your energies, that sense of awareness. I think the Queen of Cups is Cancerian. Now that I say, I mean, it is all water energy, so Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. I don't know why I've suddenly, it's because I looked at the High Priestess and it's Pisces, mainly Pisces, and then it just made me think Queen of Cups is Cancer, or reminded me of that. But yeah, as I say, it feels like you would, the High Priestess and Queen of Swords kind of feel like your energy, like you would be very aware of this. And the way I see it is the Queen of Swords, it's having that awareness, like you know your truth and you welcome their truth. But with the High Priestess, that's where you keep your mouth shut. And that's the empath energy as well with that High Priestess. So you may have even clocked. You may be an empath and you're very aware of what people are saying. Like you're able to read between the lines. You know why people are doing things, but you've kept it to yourself previously. Just to avoid conflict even. Like their intentions may have been to create conflict, but yours sure as hell aren't by the looks of it. So let's put those away because I know I've spent a very long time on that. So past energy overall, as I said, it's where and whoever you were around, whether it was friends, family, whoever, the support that you felt should have been there, it wasn't fair, it wasn't balanced. You've been held back from speaking your mind possibly. there's that whole, it's kind of like a frenemy, bit of a frenemy relationship where you can all have a laugh together, but then when things get serious, it's like conflict and just not getting the respect that you deserve. So Ace of Pentacles in the present, that's, as I said, that's an opportunity, and we will clarify. I mean, I feel it's an opportunity for you to explore your hidden depths or reveal your hidden depths, but let's see what comes up for that. So Ace of Pentacles, please, in the present energy, the current energy. Yep, it's where you take your power back, isn't it? The King of Wands. It's an opportunity to take your power back, whether it means that there's a literal situation that happens or has happened or is happening, and you take your power back. Nobody gets to tell you what to do or make you feel a certain way. You do what you got to do. You got the Tower there, Six of Swords, the Tower. Yep, okay. That was weird, but I'm going to take them. So we've got the King of Cups, Queen of Wands, Four of Cups, okay. It's an opportunity to change things and to change like the foundations of the relationships you have with people, whether it's family, friends, romantic. So as I say, if you have been in situations previously where the give and take hasn't been equal, that's changing now. It's an opportunity to do that now, whatever situations you get into. And this doesn't mean that your relationships with everybody are shitty, where there's never any give or take. It may be specific people or specific situations, but whatever it is, it's going to change now. You may have to have it out with someone, as I said. It could be to do with a past relationship, it could be something coming up presently in the future, but it's an opportunity to change those foundations. It's moving on, moving forward, but knowing that you are in your power. With this, you get to have some degree of, I don't know if the right word is control, but I can't think of another word apart from control. I'll say power. You have some power over the situation as well, whatever happens. With that King of Cups and Queen of Wands, I feel like these are external people. So the King of Cups, for me, with him in reverse, that would be kind of that emotional manipulation, with him being in reverse. And the Queen of, I mean, she could be manipulative as well. The Queen of Wands could in reverse. She could be quite bossy, potentially controlling. But yeah, both manipulation attached to them, but in different ways. I mean, the King would be more emotional. The Queen would be in terms of actions. But yeah, both can be manipulative. And then with that Four of Cups being in reverse, I mean, upright, it's about disappointment. So in reverse, it's sort of changing that, isn't it? It's an opportunity to change all of that so that your relationships and bonds and connections aren't disappointing, so that you're the one that has the power here. You're the King of Wands upright. These people are in reverse here. So you kind of have the upper hand. And I don't mean that in an egotistical kind of way. Use that Queen of Swords and High Priestess energy to your advantage. But you don't have to keep your mouth shut with it. And it doesn't even mean that you have to get into massive arguments with people. I mean, you can if you want to, because, I mean, the Tower signifies arguments. But it also means here with that King of Wands next to the Six of Swords and the Tower, you get to choose. You get to choose whether you just walk away, period, without getting into any shit and just leave the people in conflict to it. Or you can, if you need to address things and it does cause an argument, then you got to do what you got to do. And it doesn't mean that you go in attacking everybody, but if it gets to the point where you need to speak your mind and it results in raised voices, etc., I'll leave you to use your own discernment to figure out what's right in that. But yeah, it might come to that. You might have to let that happen to kind of speak your mind and let it be known how you feel. So, but you have the choice, you have the power. You don't have to let people manipulate you. You don't have to stay where you're not respected, and you don't have to stay and keep your mouth shut either. So we'll leave that there and we will look at your future energy. And as I said, this Ace of Swords, it can be assertiveness and speaking your mind more, and I guess that would make you happy, and then it would, again, as I said, it would help you to be around, in being around people who value you and respect you more and have the shared happiness. So Ace of Swords, Ten of Cups as future energy. Two of Wands, I mean, that goes on from that King of Wands. It's where you have the choice, isn't it? You get to choose who do you feel happy around. You don't have to put up with bullshit. Who do you feel happy around? Ten of Cups again. You get to choose. You get to choose to be happy. You don't have to choose to stay in shitty situations with people who don't value and respect you, do you? Even if it is Christmas, you still get to choose. And you get to choose how you deal with the situation as well. The Empress. I mean, that's where you value yourself, isn't it? The Empress energy. You can still be nurturing, loving that Cancerian watery energy, but still have boundaries and be assertive as well. And put yourself, kind of put yourself first, like value yourself first. So last two cards, we have Justice. That's where you get what's fair for you, isn't it? And you can't expect anybody to give that to you. I mean, I know you've got this protective energy, which is great, but you still have control over your life. Even if you have a protector, you're the one that has control over your life. So we've got this Star. That's lovely. But let's see what else. I mean, it can be to do with healing, hope and healing. So I guess it would be hope and healing, like where you've had shitty experiences with people. It's knowing that because you know that you can be assertive and you value yourself and you get to choose. It's like hope that whoever else you connect with, involve yourself with, it's like whatever happens, it doesn't have to turn out bad. And even if it does, I'll be able to handle it. Let's get something for the Star just to check, but I think that's pretty much what that means. Right, so we've got Temperance. So that's harmony, isn't it? It's creating harmony. Again, it's an energy of healing. Six of Cups. I mean, I would say that's healing from the past again. And then with the Two of Pentacles there, again, it's a choice. You get to choose. You get to choose. You get to take physical action and power in terms of the balance of the situation. It doesn't have to be how it was in the past if it was shit in the past. Right, so I will leave that there, and I'm going to get your final card of advice from the oddball choice of the Power of Surrender. So, Power of Surrender. Let's see what your final message is. So, final message of advice for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising, please. That was quick. You have surrender stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with yourself and others, with others and yourself. The one thing that I would say you might have to be careful of, that you might need to be aware of with this stubbornness card. I mean, yep, for some people it could be that you're being stubborn, but what is the stubbornness about? Is there stubbornness around keeping the peace? You know, for some people it can be, oh well, I can't disagree with anybody on this, or I can't have an argument about this because I need to keep the peace and I don't want to be seen as the bad guy. That could be something that you're being stubborn about. Is there stubbornness around that you fear expressing your opinions and views because you don't want people to argue with you or to disagree with you? I mean, again, in terms of being sensitive, that can be an issue, can't it? Because if you're really sensitive, then it's like, oh God, well, if anybody disagrees with me, it's going to make me feel like shit. And yeah, you will feel like shit. I'm not denying that. But what's more important? Is it more important to keep to have this thought in your head that no, you've just got to keep your mouth shut because you hate when people make you feel like shit, or disagree with you? Or is it more important to sort of stand up for yourself? And again, even if you stand up for yourself and someone does disagree with you, argue with you, try to make you feel like shit, then trust that you have the ability to handle the situation as it progresses from there. Or that you have the ability to learn how to handle the situation. Or you don't, I mean, you don't even have to engage with them. Like, you can bring it up. If you really feel disrespected, tell them, and then you don't have to have anything to do with them. It's your choice, but you get the choice either way. So what else is on the bottom of the deck? You've got surrender, defensiveness. As I keep saying, I disagree with defensiveness is a sign of weakness. I think there can be many other reasons for defensiveness that aren't weakness. Can't think of it off the top of my head now, but I've said it in other readings. It says to communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. So I think you probably are learning to communicate in a more empowered way, or will be. And I think I've said in a previous video about this defensiveness. There's a difference for me between standing up for yourself and trying to justify yourself. And for me, that defensiveness, that's more of kind of trying to justify yourself, isn't it, really? And I think by that, it's a difficult one for me to explain. I'm sure you probably get what I'm talking about, and I'm just finding it hard to say. But like, you know, like if you're someone who always has to defend or justify your actions to others, or you feel that way, you feel that, oh, people don't approve, so I have to defend or justify it. Whereas if you're standing up for it, you're sort of saying, no, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, this is what I'm doing, and end of story. I'm not arguing with you about it. So hopefully I think that makes sense, and that comes into things here as well. But I'm going to leave you a message there before I confuse you any further. Hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. Thank you for watching the video. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you want a personal reading, see the info in the description box. But thanks again and take care.